Hello! Welcome back to the game that we're playing and the channel that we're on, the Gonzo Ewok channel. That was good. I'm Ewok. Keep going.
I'm Gonzo, and this is
Geordie's Space Program.
That's the worst introduction that's been ever done on, not even on our video.
We're keeping it.
That was the shittest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Quickly followed up, I'm sure, by the shittest moon emission that I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yes, we're going to go to the moon, and we're going to take plane there. We're going to take the space plane there. Now, Gonzo feels that in order to get the space plane that we've designed to the moon, based on the fact that he's been experimenting using a similar design in his own game, he feels that we're going to need to stick it on top of a massive, massive rocket.
That's right. What I've done is, in my own play, I have on my own save file what we call Geordie test program, which is where I play around with different things, just to get a bit of a feel for some of the stuff that we're actually trying in Geordie Space Program. I've built a very similar model to what we've got here. I'm saying very similar, it's almost identical. Couple of minor tweaks to it. I changed over the tailplane, some other bits. What I did was I used 3 of the huge solid rocket boosters attached to the bottom and just launched it vertically.
Oops.
I don't know what... That was a very nice model you were playing with. I didn't even bother with any kind of girder on the bottom, mate.
You'll notice that I'm not doing what you're suggesting, though.
No, you're doing... This is going to be ridiculous.
If it doesn't work,
it's already started badly.
If it doesn't work, it's fine. Because we'll just, sort it later.
So in any event, yeah, I tried 3 of the big solid fuel boosters. That got us up into space. It nearly got us into an orbit. I then tried with 3 of the massive Geordie engines, the ones that have got the 2 engines and the fuel built in. That managed to get us into an orbit, and I had just enough fuel left in those rapier engines to bring myself back down in a controlled fashion and land. So we're going to need something even bigger again to get this up into space. I'll put my sort of my hat into the ring here. Even if we do manage to get to space, I don't have a huge amount of confidence if we land on the moon being able to get back with the fuel that's in this thing. I can't see that happening.
I mean, if we end up building a bigger one, then we end up building a bigger one. And that's the end of it. I'm going to take that out, and I need to stick it somewhere else just while I do some fiddling around with it. There.
Jesus. I mean, this tells you all you need to know, frankly. The thing is,
the problem is because
angle.
Because it's at the angle, I'm going to need to build it before I angle it, aren't I?
Yeah. The angling's the last thing to worry about.
So that's the killer. Oh, I keep pulling the engines off. Bring the engines back.
Just remember to breathe, Ewok. You don't seem to be breathing very much.
Right. Let's put the legs away, because we're not going to need them when we take off.
Right.
They're for landing only. It's the only time we need to worry about them. We're going to need some decouplers on if I'm going to stick some solids on.
You're sticking solids on the top?
And the bottom.
And the bottom? Is that going to work? Is that a thing?
I hope so.
Okay. I mean, so you're wanting 4 on, and then maybe one with a decoupler on the rapier engine in the middle. That might work.
Oh, you stick them on the back.
That's what I did. I just put decouplers on the back of the engines and...
that's quite sensible.
Now it looks badass, frankly. It looks like the most dangerous thing in the galaxy. But I don't fancy its chances. I'd like to see what happens if you launch that on a runway with the wheels out. But we're not going to do that, because that would be silly. It looks a bit like an X-Wing. That's quite nice.
And my problem's going to be getting this balanced. So what I need to do in order
If you're going fast enough, I've learned balance isn't an issue. Again, it comes back to that discussion we had in last episode about speed. Because I just whacked 3 solid fuel rockets onto the bottom of it, and it took off like a shot. And even though it isn't symmetrical, it didn't even flacker. It was fine. What are you doing now?
I've taken it down to 1 so that I can use the symmetry to my advantage. You see, that should... no, it didn't. Okay, let's go all the way back to where we were.
That would probably do it.
And let's get these back on.
Aye, they're the ones that I used. But as I said, I had 3 of them going.
I'm going to need to get rid of that.
We need that.
We'll put it back.
Right, and then get...
I get 2 on the bottom.
it's a monster. You've made a monster. I mean, it looks mint. It's probably the best looking thing we've ever built.
You think?
Yeah.
I think it's horrible.
Oh, it's amazing.
Come on, attach. Well, that's wonky, but do you think it'll do?
Yeah, I mean, they're all going to be pointing up, so it's fine. You just got to make sure it's you're pointing straight up and keep it pointing straight up. It'll be fine. As soon as you try and move left, right, up, or down, or you hit one of your keys, though, it'll spin out fairly sharpish. Now, what are you doing here?
I'm putting some more solids on.
Some more solids.
I mean, solids are cheap enough.
This is true. Those solids,
So, just
though,
the little ones, do you think?
you could probably go the next ones up.
Not those ones.
Maybe those ones, aye. Just
But
thinking for
these
the-
are the huge ones.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, the other ones are the hugest ones. They're just the medium ones. Those
So
are
I've
regular.
I've just covered it in medium. Oh no, I haven't.
No, you've covered in the big ones, and then you've put 3 of the medium ones on. I'm just concerned when the ones on the outside fire, they're gonna set fire to the ones in the middle. That's my only concern. I didn't even worry about the girders. I tilted it, and then just launched it fairly quick.
Well, that would blow up the runway, I think, if it was sitting on it.
Well, what I would do is grab it by the cockpit and then just hit W so it's all facing up, and then worry about putting your girders on.
I wasn't going to shoot it up. I was going to shoot it at an angle.
What?
I was going to shoot it like that.
Okay, it's suddenly turned from one of the coolest things I've ever seen into this is going to kill whoever's in it in seconds. You've made a suicide machine. A very expensive suicide machine.
What's going on now?
You've detached the cockpit.
Ah, yeah, that's not a good thing. Throw all that away.
Now, I'm pretty sure people will think we've lost the plot here, and you know what? I agree.
I agree too, but let's just go with it. Roll with it.
Now, we did talk about the idea of putting landing legs on this.
Yes, because we don't want to try and land
Yeah, it's
it.
not going to land like a plane in a place without atmosphere. What we'd need is landing legs, so it'll land very much like one of what previous Lunar Lander designs.
So where did the landing legs go? Let's
maybe just pop some on the wingtips, like on either side of the wingtips, just so they'll fold down. Just nice.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea actually. That seems like
No,
a
it
good
gives
base
you a fairly
for
wide,
So one.
fairly wide kind of base.
I'm gonna have to straighten it up again to do that.
You could just do it like old school style, before Kerbal Space Program had introduced landing legs, people just landed on the nozzles of the rockets. And you could just try doing that. But it means it's a very tight balancing act, that.
Well, yeah, because that
Yeah.
one comes back further than the others.
You'd be landing right on that point.
So we want 2.
Yeah, that's it.
There we go.
Yeah, that'll do. They're gonna flip forwards though. You want them to face the other way. They need to be pointing up. See, that's not a good landing design. And you'll need to put some underneath as well. And even then, it's going to be very narrow the way that it comes down. It's a narrow.
So
Yeah.
they go.
Yeah, up.
No,
up,
no,
over.
no.
Yeah,
Told you not to do. Don't do. There
Yeah,
we
like
go.
Up. That's it. And then you want to do the same underneath.
Right, what I want to do is.
Right. Very fiddly this.
It is very fiddly. It's not attaching.
Press Q and E. Flip them all the other way.
It's not attaching.
This isn't going to work, is it?
It's not sticking to the bottom.
It is there. It likes wherever that is. Oh, that was alright.
I'm going to need to get a lot closer to see actually what I'm doing.
Loaded. And just tilt them a bit. They'll be fine. Just outwards. Aye, that's it. All the way around. Aye, what about... There, that'll do. No. There, that's good.
It's going to land very well.
Well, because it's 4 points, that's just spreading the load a bit, it'll be fine.
Fair enough. If you think that'll be fine.
Alright, we'll do, they'll all fold down. They'll all probably be in the right sort of height. Close enough.
They'll be a bit wonky.
They'll be okay. I mean, it's the most futuristic thing that we've built. It looks the part. You've made a right balls of that.
I know. There we go. Dropped it down. But it's probably going to need to be a bit higher than that.
Pulled something off.
Pulled something off. Put it back on.
This is the shonkiest build we've ever
You know, there's
done.
no science on this.
Yeah. I said we need science. We need science.
I'm not going to take the science junior. That's
Nah,
way too
just-
heavy. The
couple of goo
barometer's not
canisters.
much use.
Couple of goo canisters underneath. It's a shame I haven't got the science thing.
Straighten it up
Put
again.
them under the wings. Under the wings, next to the fuselage. If you can see it. You need to hold down the middle button and then move up.
No, it's not doing it. Because it doesn't expect you to build planes that high, frankly.
Why couldn't we have just used a rocket? Right, aye, hoy two of them on.
I'm just going to stick them there.
Right.
And what else do we need? Goo canister.
I'd probably stick one of the little antennas on because I've got no faith in this coming back. And at least if we can transmit the data. Aye, that's good.
And do you want an antenna?
Aye,
Just stick that right on the nose.
just one.
Actually, I'll just stick a comms unit there.
Just one. There we go.
No, I don't want it there. We'll put it there.
Okay. Right. That's imaginative name. I feel as though you're doing this with very little care. You pulled another bit off. You're doing this with very little care and attention, Ewok. Do you know that?
But it's going to work.
It's totally not.
Right. Now, they're going to need to go in a separate stage, aren't they? Because they're going to run out long before
I would guess aye.
these four do. Okay.
This is going to ditch in the sea at some speed. You know that's exactly what's going to happen here. The balance is going to be off. It's going to be too fast. And it's just going to... You're going to try and control it. It's not going to work. And then it's going to hit the sea. With the solid still going.
Such little faith in this design.
It's just because I know that you're not using much more than I was when I barely managed to get it in orbit, and that was firing it straight up as opposed to a weird...
There's no
cocky
parachutes
angle.
on this either, is there? So
No, there's one on the cockpit. There is one on the cockpit. Oh my god!
okay.
Oh, it's like a jellyfish.
We are going to have to strut it up.
Yeah. We always forget the struts.
Always
We've got a bit of a
forget the
mental
struts.
block for the struts. Maybe wait until it's daytime before you launch it as well, just so people can see its crash
Okay.
and Technicolor glory. Is Technicolor still a thing?
I don't think so anymore.
What do they use now then?
Just colour.
Colour. It was Technicolor, now it's just colour.
I knew a guy who had a dream coat that was technicoloured.
Really?
Yeah, his name was...
William
Yeah.
lived under the market.
he did.
He ate pigeons.
That.
That's it. No, just put one on the other side. You're trying to be fancy with it, and we don't need to worry about that. Because, I mean, it's not going to live for more than 15 seconds. Did you even check to see which crewman went in this? I assume you popped one of the old red coats in.
I didn't check.
So that would have been Bob? Bill? Who's lost in space?
It's
Bill.
lots of people.
Bill's in the space wang. Jeb's dead. So it would have been probably Bob, I would guess.
Is that strutted up enough? Probably not.
Probably not. You know, these struts are much stronger than they used to be in earlier builds. That's the knout.
I'm afraid it's not going to be nice and symmetrical like you like.
I
Like
don't-
you like, you
know
like,
what?
you like.
At this point, I don't care because it's going to be dust within
Because
seconds
it's,
of you
it's
trying
just
to launch
a death
it.
machine. Shall we send Sean up?
Sean, where did Bob go?
He's in the.
Oh,
he's,
yeah, that's right.
he's
Yeah.
on the
other
second
one.
of the ships that we'll build, but I'll just launch this one and we'll clear the other one away from the runway. We'll get it all back.
So this is costing us 46 grand. So with the 317 grand we spent in that monumental failure, which was last episode. Oh, just launch it. Get your RCS and your
I
SAS
was
on.
gonna
Fire it off.
come back and wait till day.
Daytime, that's right. Aye. Glorious Technicolor.
Glorious Technicolor, as you call it. Time's not moving. Let's get in the Space Centre and do it. It seems to work in the Space Centre.
Aye. Where is the Space Centre?
That'll be it there.
Cool. Oh, it's taking its sweet time. Yeah, I'll do it. You can see the space wagon and the space wagon tank actually are keeping fairly close together. It's quite nice.
Yeah, they will do. And it's just about dawn.
Aye, nice dawn. Dawn's a perfect time to die, you'll find, in rocket launches. There.
Well,
yeah,
a nice dawn launch.
Aye.
Go to the flying stump 3 on the runway. Sean, it was nice knowing you, son. You are dead.
That's...
Good to go?
We're going to have to be, aren't we?
Boom!
Okay. It's already handling about 50 times better than I expected. That's not what I expected to happen. It's actually going up here.
And it's sort of flipping backwards.
Yeah, it's pulling itself up here, isn't it? And then it's going to pull itself up until it's pulling itself back over.
Yeah. And you said balance didn't mean anything as long as you were going fast.
Well, it doesn't. It's mostly pointing up. All it's trying to do, it's the path of least resistance is straight up.
Basically, yeah, now it's going back, and it's...
Oh, point forwards. Push it forwards.
If you look at my pitch...
Oh. Well, it might be alright. They're nearly out. Once we eject some, it might give you a bit of balance back. It's sort of like a bit of a boomerang shot. Right, get ready.
Ah!
See? There.
No, now it's just flipping around uncontrollably the other way.
This wasn't...
Okay, I'm ditching them.
What have you done there?
Okay, what have we still got left on the ship? Ah, that is what we've got left. It's got a parachute on it though, doesn't it?
I think the parachute's on the other bit. The parachute is on the other bit. You moved it forwards, but clearly not forwards enough.
This was your fault.
It was.
You said balance doesn't matter. Balance doesn't matter when you've got speed.
If it was pointing straight up to start with, it would have made things much more simple, and this wouldn't be an issue. Sean, I'm so sorry.
Should we just go back to the Space Centre?
What?
I don't think we can go back to the Space Centre from here.
What? That would be a reversion, thus cheating, thus not happening.
No, you can't go back to the Space Centre.
Well, we're not going back to the Space
No,
Centre.
I just didn't want to see him die.
We cancel. Well, what? What have you done there? What do you mean you don't want to see him die? We're recording this. People like to see our failures. Yeah, try and land on the wheel. It worked so well for Jeb last time. At least this guy's actually got a fighting chance of landing on the wheel. Jeb, you couldn't even get the wheel underneath him.
He will land on the wheel. I don't think it'll do much. What sort of speed is he going at?
That's quite... He's slowing down.
He's going to explode.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about that, but... that was a terrible... Can we not just send a rocket?
Yeah, we'll do that now. We'll go with your idea now.
Just send a rocket. Sorry, Sean. Bye.
Oh, but then I'll have to build a plane on top of the rocket.
You're the one that's saying, oh, we've got to take a plane, we could just send a rocket. Oh. That's heavy rain.
Okay.
Yeah, that tends to be how things happen around here.
Right. That cost about 50 grand.
Your arrogance got the better of us there.
If it was balanced, that would have worked. It would have so worked.
It really wouldn't, because it didn't get anywhere near high enough, and that fuel wouldn't have been enough in the Rapier engines to get anywhere.
Right, let's just take a bloody rocket to the moon.
Can't remember what we used to use.
I've got no idea. We've got too many rockets. We need to have a clear out. How about the Meaty Rocket 3?
It's probably better than the Meaty Rocket 2 or 1.
Probably. It's quite meaty.
That looks as though we designed it to land on the moon. With a... What would that bit in the middle be? Would that have been for...
It would have been for a rescue mission, probably. We'll just ditch it.
Did it actually get there, though? Did we not have any problem with fuel?
I've got no idea.
We could put bigger solids on the outside.
For a start, it's got no monopropellants on it.
So it's probably an early one.
Which makes me
have a
think
look
it's
at
not a
another
good design.
See what we've got. Probably closer towards the top.
The Bobby Dazzler?
Meat shield?
The meat shield.
What was the meat shield?
It looks like it's a... Okay, so... well, it's got RCS and SAS on it.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing with the RCS
but
on.
With the stuff on that we clearly missed the first time we built that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks alright, actually.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, let's blast it off.
The meat shield, isn't this the one... No, it explodes. Remember when you do that transfer bit? It explodes. We had problems with this, with the fuel. None of the ones that we've had have had much fuel. Maybe if you strip off and put the extra big solids on the outside.
Right, so we'll get rid of that.
You don't need that.
Hang on, we've got no science on it. It's got no science on it.
Yeah, because this was a rescue thing. This might have been for NetAid.
Um,
Further
so
up.
we've got some earlier stuff. So
What about the it was the meaty rocket, and then we turned it into the meat shield.
what about the pork sword and the space monkey?
Why don't we call them names that make sense? Why don't we just put a description to say what we're trying to do? And
Oh no, that's no good.
What the hell was that? That was the first time we tried to get fuel in space.
What's the Bobby Dazzler? Did we look at the Bobby Dazzler? We looked at the Bobby Dazzler. That's this. Right.
Oh, that's the toboggan.
Oh, that's the toboggan table. That works.
It did. That got we back. Not very much fuel on it, mind. But what we could do, as I said before, we've got the bigger solid fuels now. So take
Hang
off
on.
the old solid fuels.
Let's put a smaller cockpit on it.
What's the fun in that?
Yeah, but we're all about reducing weight at this point, so we'll put a smaller cockpit on it.
It's got the signs, got the batteries. For me, pacify the idiot. Put some
Put the bigger...
the bigger solid fuels. Strip them out and put the massive ones on, and that might just give her a bit more poke to start with.
Right, I need to pull this off and drop it on as just one. And you want the big solid fuels.
Aye.
They're on the page one, they're the top ones, aren't they?
Aye, they'll fit the bill.
So just pop the... Hang on, I thought I told you only put what... Oh,
We are having a shocker here.
yeah, right, I just want one. That's all I want, is one. That doesn't look right, does it?
No.
Right, I'm going back. Let's have a look at the design.
Let's go way back.
Let's look at the design, so... Alright, that's not actually... Where the hell... How does that drop off? Or did they just all fire
I
at
think
the
they
same
all just
time?
fire at the same time and they all come off.
Alright. So those are the solid fuel boosters. They're all liquid
And
fuels.
there was ones on the outside. Yeah.
There wasn't any on the outside.
There was two of the... What are you talking about?
I'm going all the way back.
You are a mentalist. Why do you think we put the... See?
Oh yeah, those ones.
See?
I've got you.
How did you miss them?
But other than that, right.
I'm pulling my trousers up.
You're pulling your trousers up.
I mean business. Okay, we need two of the massive ones.
Two of the
it's not
massive
much to
ones.
ask for. It's all we need on the outside. Aye. That's not right.
Yeah, that hasn't worked out at all, has it?
Aye. You'll have to put them on one at a time and just put them on at the right angle. Right. There, that's better. Yeah,
Thing.
that's
Is that level?
fine. Yeah, it's level enough.
It's level enough. You said that last time.
I didn't say that last time. I said last time.
That it doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, yes.
It matters.
It mattered, but
It mattered to Sean.
You threw a spanner in the works by putting it at that jaunty angle. It didn't like the jaunty angle.
Ooh, I don't know about that. Like, that's interesting. Do you think that'll work?
Probably not.
Should we try it? It looks fun.
Are they straight?
They're straight. They're slightly clipping.
Yeah. I mean, it just looks like two massive engines. I've got a feeling they'll probably explode. What are you doing?
Do you not want bigger ones on the bottom? Or are you happy enough with the ones that are on the bottom?
You're in for a penny.
No, because we're spending stupid money. We'll see if this works. That's the kind of confidence that you want when you're the one going up.
We'll see if this works. So, all of this to get to the moon.
Stage.
This is going to be a long episode. We've spent probably about half an hour fannying on with that stupid plane.
Stage. The parachutes for dropping that. A bit of a waste of time.
Take them off?
Stage. Yeah, because we'll put them on to see if the new
recover.
build was
Yeah.
tracking after a certain distance, but it clearly wasn't.
At one
So
point we
it's
had
them.
enough money where it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Now those kind of things would matter, but that wouldn't work. Need struts between the solids. And then I think we should launch this, because it's like pulling teeth. That is horrendous, but it'll do.
We need one more set of struts. And then we'll do the quickest mun mission ever.
Have we got a communicator on this? Aye, high one underneath the cockpit. Oh yeah, aye, that one.
Just one, please.
Just one.
Just
one.
Is there anything else I'm missing?
Commutron.
I seem to have everything. Bobby Dazzler. Oh, we build this one to go to the moon.
We build this one. We build this city on rock and roll. There we go.
Bobby Dazzler 2.
What?
Mun rocket.
If only we remembered after we tried to get this to the moon to come back and say whether or not it got there and what clip it was in when it came back. But it is the one that we used for toboggan takeoff, so we know with that.
We know that it's possible.
It can. It was just it landed.
And we've added more to it. Oh,
get it
like
up
that.
quick, son.
Okay.
It's got a spin.
It's got a spin. It
It's not
wobbles a
overheating.
bit.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm trying to get it back on the straight and narrow. It's not doing it. Come on, push it. Push it real good.
It's alright.
I hope the station's okay.
Yeah, we'll have dicked around with the formula a fair old bit here, and I've got a feeling those solids might just explode when we try and release them.
I'm surprised they didn't explode when we took off.
It's not good rocketry. It's quite nice design though, with those two kind of like mushed in together though. Quite like that. It's getting up fairly
It's
high.
like a crazy dual exhaust thing going on.
Aye.
Where's me 90 degree? There it is. Yeah, we're going a little arse about tit over this, but it doesn't matter. This is what we'll call a quick and nasty job.
Well, it's going to have to be, because the first half of the video, nothing happened apart from a stupid explosion and a lot of messing around with a space plane that didn't work.
Sean died. Don't call that nothing.
That was inconsequential, frankly. Right, you've got a spin going on. Spins aren't you? Oof, yeah, look, you got away with that. Spins aren't usually the best of things when you're trying to eject parts, unless you spin really fast, at which point you fling them off.
We got up to 15,000 meters before we even dropped the solids, which is really good going.
It's not bad. That's quite a bit of fuel we've got there. We're gaining speed. I mean, we're all over the shop here at the minute, but
Yeah, but the app's going up.
slowly. It's not great, but it's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
We're not using that fuel at a ridiculous rate.
The ship's a bit wobbly. Oh, hang on, we've dropped below my preferred.
You want to keep it up slightly higher. This is no time to be reaching for your coffee. I saw you.
You're reaching for your coffee. You just make me
I
want my
haven't
coffee.
got my fingers on the buttons.
I wish my shotgun was coming. I've got loads of packs of biscuits. I'd love a biscuit right now.
No, because if you remember 2 episodes ago, we ate Jaffa cakes through most of it, and there was a lot of mumbling going on. It's not eat Jaffa cakes before, after recordings, or in between episodes. Don't eat Jaffa cakes. Don't actually. If I remember rightly, you funneled a Jaffa cake into your mouth and then tried to do the introduction. Like that.
Do you remember the original introduction of the last video? Was it last week's video?
No, it was a couple ago.
Oh, we should have kept that in.
What, when I
instead of cutting
farted?
it. No, there was the one where you farted and then you couldn't control your laugh. That
That
was
was
real
brilliant.
mature, by the way.
That was hilarious.
But I believe the last video was where I tripped over my tongue a bit and said, "Hello and welcome to the welcome to the Ewok show."
That's right. Aye, welcome to the Ewok show.
Welcome to the Ewok show.
channel.
And you got upset about that.
Aye.
I was listening to
I
that back
prefer
when I
to-
was putting the video together the other day. I thought it was quite
I
amusing.
prefer to think of the one where I farted just as we had that second silence before doing the introduction. It was priceless.
And I had to keep listening to it over and over again when I was editing the video to find out the parts to cut and then the actual beginning.
Oh God! You had to listen to my farts about 50
Over
times.
and over again.
and over again, the same fart. Brilliant. Right, what's going? I've totally lost the plot. I was crying with laughter.
We're just heading up to the periapsis and I'm moving to our axis and I'm moving to. I set a good manoeuvre. I know to get where sort of 90 to 96. 90 to 93. That's not bad for just hammering a manoeuvre. I know that.
Yeah, we've probably got enough here to do quite a bit of a transfer burn as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think we just about get away with transferring and coming back on that, because we did with the original Bobby Dazzler, the toboggan takeoff one, and it was tight, but we got there and back.
Aye.
Bearing in mind it wasn't exactly the perfect landing either.
No, it wasn't. And we probably had to use more fuel than necessary. And it was heavier because of the heavier cockpit.
I mean,
Not a huge amount more, but...
I think it's enough to make a difference on that transfer stage. Sorry, the lander stage.
Aye. Yeah, really, that's the thing. We've stopped building rockets. If you think we used to have launch, transfer, lander. We've managed to get rid of the transfer, but I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not yet. Now we've just got, you get up, usually with solid fuels to assist, but usually, launch stage tends to be most of your transfer stage.
I disagree. I don't think we ever successfully had launch, orbit, transfer, blah.
Oh, we did. The Red Laz was one of them.
Yeah, imagine doing the Red Laz on the current build. How much would that cost?
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Insane. Not much more than the... probably not as much as what we launched last time, mind.
Well...
The massive fuel reserve.
Considering the Red Laz blew up on the runway about 75% of the time.
Okay, yes, if you look at the lifetime of the Red Laz, all the times we tried to launch...
I mean, it was good when it launched.
Yeah.
It was just the fact that you had to try 4 times before you successfully launched.
What other ships did we have? We had the Red Laz, we had the Nipple Party. Can't remember what else.
There's the Mun.
It was nearly 9 months ago, that.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Right. Shoot for the moon. Shoot for the moon, boy.
There was the Magic Penguin and the Magic Polar Bear. I think were they in the mini-series?
Possibly. Well, that's quite good. Yeah, you can. That's manageable.
Yeah. We're not gonna focus on going crazy because, like we said, this is going to be a quick and dirty moon mission.
Get the science get back.
It's not about the science. It's about the plant flag on the moon, transmit or recover scientific data from space around the moon. Actually, you know what? Why
do that now? Crew report and send it. Good call. See if that'll count.
Yeah, but this is going to be scientific data from around Kerbin, so we'll get that done.
Nice.
So that's 33 grand.
Whatever happens,
we've recovered some of what costs. And then we need scientific data from space around the Mun, and plant the flag on the Mun.
Right. So get into an orbit.
Get into orbit. We'll do what we need to do.
Come down and land. Come back up.
Come back and land. Bam. Flag there. Shoot back. Money in the bank.
It's something, mind, when we've actually planned a moon mission purely just because we want to put a flag in the moon. There's no, we'll look for rocks, or we'll look for science, or we'll explore. It's just we'll land to put a flag down and come back.
It's how the contract forces you to think. I mean, normally in an ideal world, you'd plan a mission out and you'd tag some contracts along with the missions, but we're just recouping some losses here.
Yeah, it's been an expensive couple of experiments.
The stupid thing we didn't do is go and check what contracts are available, because there might have been other contracts that required going to the Mun. But never mind.
Why can't there be a contract that's called Try Not to Die for the next 20 minutes, and would probably get that about half the time?
Half the time?
Yeah, about half the time we'd probably achieve that. Right.
Still trying to be quick and dirty about it.
Well, don't be silly though. I mean, be quick and dirty, but safe. You can be as dirty as you like, but by golly, be safe.
My mother told me that.
Well, there we go. What? Be as dirty as you like, but be safe.
Yeah, she's a very progressive mother.
That's pretty good advice, actually.
She sent me out into the world.
And said, be a filthmonger.
Sent me down to the Central Club with a pack of 3 and 20 quid in me wallet.
Don't come home until you're a man. it's how things are done in the north.
Whoops.
That always happens.
That always happens.
Yeah, just finish it off. You'll have to hit space again. There you go. Just finish that off.
And
30 meters. As long as we still get the encounter.
Second.
As long as we still get the encounter, we'll be alright. It's probably good enough.
That's as quick and dirty as it needs to be. There we go.
Aye.
Super. Let's get there. We've got 4 hours to kill.
Whoosh.
Whee! Don't overshoot. Oh, look at that. What he does there. Rocket debris.
It's quite nice.
We'll have to do a debris clear up once we're finished recording, because we've left quite a bit scattered around.
Make sure that we're careful about what we're doing, because now we've got 2 things in space we don't want to die. Okay, you might want to slow down and plot what you're doing, or you're just going to burn retrograde until you're happy.
I'll just burn retrograde until I'm happy.
Cool.
And then, actually, let's nip in.
Still got a fair old bit of fuel in this, mind. It's not doing too bad. I like the little bit folding down at the bottom there. Has this got folded out solar panels?
Yes, it does.
We should put them out.
Yeah, we don't want to run out. Oh, we've got plenty of electric
I'll
charge.
put them out anyway because it'll look nice. Got plenty of time to do it.
Is there a button to extend solar panels?
You'd have to set up an action group.
We really should do that.
Aye.
It's a bit of a pain.
Well, got plenty of time to do it.
There we
Oh,
go.
they're quite nice.
Yep, there we go. Another contract done.
Sweet.
Another
Now just
one
that flag
bites the
and then
dust.
get home. Now, providing the landing doesn't go horribly wrong, we'll be alright.
Yeah. Land didn't go horribly wrong. What do you take me for?
The other half of the Gonzo Ewok channel and the other half of Geordie Space Program in the head shed. You're just as much to blame for this as I am. Right. That's not coming down particularly great.
Yeah, but the fuel is a quite slow burner on this one because we've got the little wuss engines on it.
Aye. Of course, the wuss engines don't give electricity, so it's a good job that we've got the solar panels. It's like we actually thought this one through.
It is. I can't remember when we designed this rocket, us going into that much detail.
No. But this is only about 3 or 4 episodes old. This one, if you think, all we've done is change the cockpit and change the solid fuels on it.
I believe that it wasn't a brand new design, it was an improvement on a previous design.
Aye. Now, remember to try and come down on the light side.
Yeah, I'm planning that.
Cool.
Planning that now. Planning our descent into madness.
Awesome. I do like the little arrow on the nav ball to tell you where stuff is. It's a nice feature.
It is very handy.
Find it fairly sharpish.
You worry too much. Remember, this is the messy mission.
Yeah, but
This is to prove that we can do it quickly.
well, I'm sure it could be done much quicker than we can manage. But it is actually it's been a fairly quick one. This. Okay, doing the burn.
Doing the burn. There's the burn done. What's that? 10.
10's good enough. Right.
And that's 34 minutes. We're not coming down into a horrible crater. It's probably going to be another Midlands one. I think we've done the Midlands before.
That sucks because I mean we've got some science equipment. It'd be nice if we got something as well as just doing the contract. We've got some.
Well, I don't think
Some
we've got.
science out of
I don't
this.
think we've got a space above, so we could get that.
Aye. Right, that's good enough because otherwise we'll come down on the dark side, and we don't want to do that.
Right. Do we have an action group set up for the science? We don't. Let's see if we've got this. Yeah, there we go. We'll
Keep that for the time being.
get all this data.
Cool. That's a good haul of science. If we can maybe get some soil as well, or moon rock, or whatever you call it. Good call. Transmit that as well when we get back in if you fancy. Crew report. Yep, we can send that. 100% of that'll go. And that'll go as well. Nice. Transmitting and solar paneling and turning all at once. That was a good good example of multitasking.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Right. So, want to bring her down anytime soon?
Yeah, now. We're at the 10k mark.
After some gentle persuasion.
No, we're going to level out just under 10k, so now was the time to do the burn.
Aye, do the burn, man.
Do the burn, man. Do the burn, man.
Looks fairly flat, but it always does.
It always does at this height, yeah.
Aye.
We'll have to take a lot of fuel.
Wibbly over there, up there. Yeah, we're coming at some
Yeah,
speed
we're
here.
coming in at the... Yeah, nah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
It's taking some doing to kill off this this velocity mine, isn't it?
I wouldn't worry too much about it, bud.
Still okay. Not too bad, really.
It's coming.
It is. It is. We're getting there, slowly but surely. It looks fairly wibbly underfoot. I mean, we probably could do toboggan takeoff in this if we landed in the right place, but
It doesn't look like we're going to land close to a big crater like that. I mean, that was the northwest crater we were at, wasn't it?
I think so. I don't know if it was the actual crater itself. It was maybe a smaller crater on the outskirts, because there was a bit of a drop, but it wasn't ridiculously huge. Yeah, that's pretty good. Get the legs out.
Ba-bam! Du-du-du.
Plonk. That's not a bad little design, really. It looks as though we're coming down on a ridge between two craters.
What's our radar altitude?
Still too high.
We're still more than 2,500 up on radar altitude.
That's starting to come down now.
We are
2,500.
2,500. So what's that going to be? Around about the 3K mark then?
About the two and a half to 3. Right, it's 2,000 now.
So 3,200. 3,200.
Cool. Wow, that was actually quite stylishly done.
Thank you.
Again, I still like lights. I like to use shadows.
There's my shadow.
Aye, coming down about a kilometre up. How quickly can you kill velocity here?
Quite.
Ah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Go on, get it under 10, and we're singing. Still got quite a bit of fuel here. I wonder how bouncy the floor is here. Nice textures. Nice textures here. Good bit of texturing on the moon. Right, about 100 off. It's a nice slow descent. Just tickling that throttle. Loving it. Loving it. Loving it. Loving it. It's quite hard. We're down. Shite!
Tipped it.
There go our solar panels.
Sorry about
That's quite steep. Right. Is there something we can use as a leap pad? There's not.
that. Bring the legs in. We'll worry about it in a minute. I think the legs might be broken.
You can get out and fix them if needs be.
I can't. The hatch is obstructed.
Balls.
So I can't even plant the damn flag.
Get what out. You try and Q and E here to try and flip it.
Mm-hmm.
Shite. Now what do we do? What do we do?
It's a good question.
Quick and dirty. Quick and dirty my arse.
Oh, you don't have a dirty ass.
This is right back to first series. It's not gonna work. There's no gimbling on those things. We haven't discussed this. Well, that's a bit... Oh! Right, there's definitely no gun hunt, but if we survive this, in for the Science Junior. That's it. Right. Okay, skitter along, skitter along. So use your nose, dig your nose into the ground. Dig your nose in. No! There, that's what you need. Alright, dig your nose in. Point first. Look at the craft. Look at the craft. Look at it just skidding along. Jesus. Right, get that flag in. Get the flag in.
Mission success.
That's Bob! That's Bob! Oh my god!
We'll have a surface sample.
Fiddlesticks!
What's wrong with you? We've succeeded.
Yeah, our last red coat is now stuck with a pile of junk on the moon.
Actually, no, don't waste the EVA. We might need that.
We might need that.
We might need that. Thank you for joining us in this episode of Geordie Space Program.
As always, like, comment, subscribe, share amongst your friends, all that good stuff, and we shall see you in the next video. You can probably tell what's going to happen, if not next time, very soon.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.